Okay, let's get started. So, if you're on this stream earlier today, you would have seen me working on this Christmas game. So, we'll just get it up and running. Nothing really too much to see yet. We've just got some basic mechanics for pushing some blocks around, and we can even stamp on the blocks, push them down. What we need to do now is we need to add some actual mechanics for finishing levels. So I was going to make it that the where is it? Here we go. I was going to make it so that the uh, center in the center sleigh was going to be the exit, but only if you had if the reindeer was attached as well as you had delivered all the presents. Um, I need to. How am I going to do this? I might just use that as the sprite for the exit, and the reason, yeah. So I'll just use that for the exit sprite. So I just have the rain Rudolph just standing there waiting. How do I spell Rudolph? I should know this. Are you? Yeah, just are you Dolph? And I'll call this exit level. Um, oh, actually, I should. I don't really need to trim off the end, but why not? So Scorpion trims the edges anyway, but I might as well just have it nice and clean. So let's add another one, which is, I'm just going to call this. See, how big is that? Um, so what I could do, just thinking in terms of, wanting it to be efficient, I want this to run on, uh, I do want this to run just fine on Mega 500 without any frame drops, so I do need to think a little bit strategically. I'll put that back in the tile set. So if I just make it a kind of block, that means that instead of being like an actor where it drains performance every single frame, it's just using up the bare minimum to just draw the block once. So if I'm, if I'm as efficient as if I am as efficient as possible with little things like that, what it means is that I can be a little bit well. I can include a few things that aren't well, include more content, which would without like I should be able to include more sprites and things without worrying about frame drops. So I'm just gonna. Oh, actually, I should have put that in my block image. so that it's with all the other blocks. So no, we're not going to create a new animation strip. Just going to create a new block, and I'm just going to call one as block exit left. Oops. What? Ah, probably should move that maps. That's where I've got the blocks. I should move that actually into the blocks folder. I'll call that block exit left. Now we'll need to change that image. Change the path because it's still pointing to the old path. Okay, so we've got our exit left, and we need our exit right. Okay, so if I edit my map, I should be able to put the exit point in the map. Okay, I'll just put it right. Oh, should put it on the block layer. So mixed up. Okay, so that's looking all right. But I need to be able to get in there to write it. So let's grab. We'll grab this whole thing. So this is going to be one entire animation. Okay, so that's 4 columns, 2 rows. Let's level animation. And we need to import that. So let's create well, let's import our sprite sheet. Let's go to animations and did I save it under Rudolph? I did save it under Rudolph, which is all right. So it was 4 columns and 2 rows. And let's save that under animations Rudolph. Scale as default. Um, going to call that anim exit level. And then it's just these 8 frames. I hope I've got it in the right order. In fact, no, I can see I haven't. I mean, it doesn't look too bad regardless, but should try to get it the way that the artist had designed it. So I should go that 1, 2, 3, and then that one I messed up. That should be that. Frame. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I'm going to move it up so that it's more approximately aligned. Make it at -32. Oh, in fact, and I should center it the same way, so that will make it easier for aligning it when I change the center walking around to the center of the sleigh. So okay, so about there. So 9. To -32. It's quite cool how the center bumps a bit. Oh, hi, Mixers Lab. Welcome to the chat. Mixer says I'm quiet as I'm drawing Christmas cards. Procrastination sucks. No, that's understandable. That happens. Right, so I'm going to make a new actor. I'm going to call this level exit actor, and that is. I'm only going to have that moving in one direction, which is going to be that direction. Might as well turn off every other direction just to be tidy. And then we just want that one. Collision box about there. And then I'm going to go, well, we don't really have a next level code block, so I'm just going to go make it restart the level when we exit. Then I'm going to make it go up at 1 and then speed right at 2. Oh, and the look there should be upright. Feature requests ability to type X, Y, and collision boxes, and if you do it on the first frames, it pops up apply to all frames thing. Change it to. Yeah, that is an interesting idea. I'll have to keep that in mind. But yeah, that would have saved me a lot of time, adjusting position here if I could just type it and then it would apply to everything. There's 99% of the time when you change the offset, you want it to be identical to everything. I also just realized that I shouldn't have made a moon actor. I should have just used the parallax system to handle the background, but I can do that later. That's not a high priority. Now I'm going to flag that as a player. Block collider. I'll turn that off. I do want camera follow. I do want player. I don't think I want any of the other ones. In fact, I'm going to make it so that this one prevents collision because I just want it to fly outside, fly off without running into anything. I suppose I should turn them all off here just to be safe. I need to add a new. You know what would be cool is like if there was a plus button here, and then you could make a new code block, and then it would assign it right away. But I'll make a new code block for, just call it exit level, and then all that's going to do is, actually, I'm going to rename it. So block exit. I'm going to call it block exit level because this doesn't actually exit the level yet. That's just we just want to take the player and we want to change the type to the level exit actor, and we probably want to set the direction as well. So I'm going to go set direction to move upright. And I should have that on all of them actually. I don't think it's going to collide with the bottom or the left, but never hurts just to have that set everywhere. And let's give that a try. Let's see if we can hop on the sleigh to exit the level. No, we can't because I did not set the collision. So only one block exit left. We're just going to go exit level. That's what we want. I had this idea that it'd be kind of like Lemmings in that there'd be one level, like each level would just be like one new mechanic, and then you would have to start combining the mechanics, and then it gets a bit more complicated where you've got to do things in a certain order. Okay, that kind of worked. I think I should make it. Well, I don't really want it to be that high, and I'm going to put some acceleration on it as well. And of course, the other thing I needed to do was I need to delete those two blocks because they don't make sense being level anymore. I set that to none, and then block x plus 1 and block y set to none. So that will be the one on the right, which is the there we go. Actually, I know what I should do, what I should have done. So it's not very satisfying just walking into it and it flies off. I should make it so that you have to fall into it. Yeah, let's do that. So, addition, I need the player y speed to be greater than 1. Yeah, I think that will do. I might want to tweak that logic a bit later, but I'll just make sure that I can actually fall into the make sure I can fall into it if I oh, why didn't that might be because I haven't quite reached that speed. Yeah, okay. So I should change that. Let's not make it on collide. Let's make it overlap. So block level. So we should be able to jump into it now. Well, maybe not. Did I? Hmm. So Santa should reach that velocity. The max full speed is 2, so jump speed is 2, so it should be about 2, but oh, there we go. Okay, so maybe just, I don't know what. I'll try it one more time. It's looking good. Okay, well, I probably need to check that, like I can't just erase the exit by putting a, a gift on it. Looks like I can, so I'm going to need to, where am I going to, just trying to think, do I actually want to prevent the block from, like I could make it so the block crushes them? I don't know. Where is our logic for checking the, checking is solid? Got solid. Oh, maybe I want to make these. Okay, so this is a bit of a. I'll make it so this is a bit of a hack. Um, I may have to think about how to handle this more intelligently, but for now, I will make it so that it's just a solid, and so I've got to. Oh, because let's have a look. I probably yeah, it should have block exit level there because it's not actually overlapping it anymore. Just see if that works or not. I might need to tweak my logic again if it doesn't. Yeah, no, that looks good. Okay, well, so I want to make it so that the, um, let's get rid of that. Uh, let's get rid of that as well. I want to make it so that the, um, so that we've got the sled without the reindeer. And so the reason why we have the sled without the reindeer is because we want like the reindeer to be somewhere else, and we want to make sure the reindeer gets through the level safely so we can exit it. Um, oh, and just oh, did I not put that in blocks? They say oh, I know why, because we moved the block's image to here. Okay, so I'm going to create a block which is block sled left. And that is also going to be solid, and it's going to be that side. Let's copy that. Let's go block sled right, and we'll use that one. And so I have to open that again. Now we've got Okay, now we've got blocks. Oh, in fact, it's going to be a little bit weird for that side of it to be marked solid. Um, so I won't mark that side of it solid, but I will need to do something at some stage and later on in development to make sure that if a present gets pushed into it, it doesn't like delete the front of it. Alternatively, I could make it an actor, I guess, but I do want it to be like, that'd sort of be a waste of cycles to have something active that's just sitting there. Um, yeah, I think I just need to add some logic so that you can't push like a gift or something on there. I may make it so that in most levels, you probably can't push a gift or anything there anyway, so it doesn't really matter that it's not solid. But that left side has to be solid. And let's just check that it's working okay. Yep. Okay, so that's what we expect. So what we want is we want our reindeer now, and our reindeer is going to be a lemming. Rudolph is going to be an idiot that just walks left and right, and will just walk off the level if uh, if you haven't got anything protecting him or protecting her. I did read somewhere that reindeer are actually female because something about the antlers, only female antlers having, sorry, only female reindeer having antlers at winter or something. I don't know. Let's go. And let's import our Rudolph animation from animations, Rudolph. 4 columns, 2 rows, I think it was. It was Rudolph Walk R. 2, 3. Oh, actually, I think I've messed up the animation order again. So start 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, and then 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1. I think that's correct. Yeah, that's the correct order. I'll just minus 16. Good. Probably, yeah, should be minus 15, and that will line it up with the floor. I really like it when animations have that sort of spring where they're not always touching the floor. Okay, that looks good to me. Let's make another one. Let's call this Actor Rudolph. Oh, I just call it Rudolph. And you're going to be a CPU platform. It's just gonna make it quite slow, at least to start with. So 0.1. I want it to be slower than center, because like if Rudolph's going to do something stupid where it's about to jump off the edge, center has to be able to get there first. I wonder if I should have a full animation. Yeah, I'll just copy that. I'm going to call this Rudolph falling R, because I don't really want the legs to be animated when Rudolph is falling. And I suppose Rudolph could actually fly, but we'll just pretend that Rudolph can't fly without the sleigh. Lab says, hopefully it's less irritating and possible than Sleepwalker. I have never played Sleepwalker. It was one of the games, like, they had it on, like, a review or something in, like, a Commodore 64 magazine I had, and, looked at the Commodore 64 and said, well, the graphics on this are, like, really, really good, but I never got to play the game. But, it's not Christmas themed, is it? It might be like I think they were giving some of the proceeds to a charity because it's guide dogs or something like that. Anyway, right. So we've got Rudolph. I'm going to have Rudolph running to the right by default, and Rudolph is an actor, and let's actor layer. And let's try that. So Rudolph, in theory, actually, and I should change that to bounce. We just want Rudolph to change direction when it runs into anything. Okay, yeah, it's working. And Rudolph ran into the sleigh, and now it's running in the other direction, and it'll just fall forever. I don't know if I want Rudolph to fall at an angle like that. That could be useful for some puzzles, or it could just get in the way of things. I probably need something to set a maximum air, because I've got a air acceleration. I don't really have a air speed as such. I mean, I could just make it so that I don't. I'll come back to it later. I may actually want that. For puzzles, having it so that you've got when Rudolph falls off, you don't want it to fall just straight down. You want it to fall so that it lands on a. Actually, no, that is going to be. I do want it to stop, so I'm going to have a. I'm going to make a code block, and I'm just going to call this fall straight down. And that is just going to have actor speed is set x speed to 0. Now just attach that event. So trigger fall straight down. I'll need to have a code block for when it's actually hit the ground so that it resumes walking again. But yeah, most games like this, like Lemmings and Sink or Swim, they do have characters that just fall straight down rather than falling at an angle. So I think that makes sense to have here as well. Yeah, I think that's looking a bit better. I think the collision box needs to be a bit bigger. Make the whole width. And just going to add a couple of holes here just to test, because when Rudolph has landed, it should resume movement. But I haven't done any code for that yet, so I'll just check. Yep. Okay, so I'll need to add code for that, and I'm just going to call that a. Is this going to work? If I go direction, and if I go resume moving current direction, is that gonna fix it? And on platform landed, if I go resume movement, let's see if that works. Otherwise, I might need to approach it from a different angle. No, that works. That's exactly what I. That's exactly how I wanted it to work. So Rudolph is basically working as expected, except it does not collide with the. So I'm just. Should have done this earlier, just use like a mix of those tiles. So if I use the dice, use a dice brush, then I get a nice random mix of the snow roof tiles. There we go. A bit more variety. What I'll need to do to Rudolph is I'll need to flag him as a block collider. So block collider means that we can run special collision events. So I'm going to say Rudolph at exit. Level, I set the block to the level exit left, and then I want block x plus 1, block y just in case, to block exit right. So that should replace the blocks as well as get rid of Rudolph. Ah, so I did not actually set the trigger. So that should be on block collider collision. We want to Rudolph at exit. Okay, that's looking good. Okay, so we've actually got enough here to make a kind of level or puzzle. I did want to add, more mechanics for like pushing presents into trees. But we've got something we can use to start with. We can start prototyping some level ideas. So let's I'm going to get rid of that actor, and I'm going to put Rudolph. I'm going to put it into a cage of sorts. Actually, there was one more thing I wanted to do with Rudolph, just to make it a bit more interesting, and make this collision box bigger. Maybe not that big, but going to make it a moving platform. So what that means is that Santa will be able to ride on top of Rudolph and be able to get to places he might not normally be able to get to. There we go. Of course, we can only do that while Rudolph's not at the exit. Okay, so that is another mechanic that we could maybe use for some interesting gameplay. Let's make our our cage of sorts. Oh, now I've marked that one as solid. I think I'll use these blue tiles to mean inside, so they're not they're not solid. So I will just edit the tile set. Let's turn off is solid. Let's edit our map again. Get rid of Rudolph. Got Rudolph there, and let's add a. I think one of the difficulties about making puzzle games is it's never super clear whether thing is too easy or too hard. Let's go to the tile set. So I guess let's find out. Oops, that too high. Just going to give this a quick test. So we've got a puzzle. It's not a very difficult puzzle, and it doesn't, we don't need to use all of the elements. But, it's okay. Okay, so I will need to add. I should have realized I was not going to be able to jump there. If I add a present here, I can use that as a block, and that also means, that adds more to the puzzle. And that, there's a thing here that will get in the way. Might decrease the. Yeah, I think I'll need to decrease the collider on Santa's head so it's easier to. Oh, that's already pretty low. Yeah, I need to make it lower still. So that should give Santa enough room to be able to jump through the gaps. Whoops. Okay, now fuck. Okay, yep, messed that up. That's I should add a restart button. Do that next, but that's an example of what you can do to mess up. And that's much easier. You can jump between things to get higher. And there we go. Now we can get out. Okay, well we have a level, sort of. There's a few things I want to fix. Let's make our, and then I'm going to go start level. Actually, I'm going to make it on the on release, so it's when you lift the button rather than when you push it. Yep, so that's an example of failing the puzzle. How did I manage it last time? Where yeah, that might be that's a possible solution. Oops. Might want to make Santa's head a bit lower still, so that's even easier. Now, why didn't it destroy the block? Is it because I landed on Rudolph? Okay, so I think that's a reasonable. Yeah, I might move that around so it's not quite as obvious. Um, solution solution is, but that's a kind of simple first level or so. Well, let's resize the map to be. I want it to be once. Make it 20. So that's about the size of you know well that's 320 pixels wide, so that's wide enough for Mega Drive. Might just take that away for now. So if I have it there, and that's the trap of the level. So if I do it like that, means it's gonna. Oh, Rudolph's gone. Oh, now that's weird. So I fell. Oh, maybe I collided with something on the way down, but it looked like I didn't. Yeah, I guess. Oh, I might have. Yeah, I might have collided with something on the way down, but I didn't destroy the block when I fell on it. Or maybe I wasn't perfectly aligned with the block or something like that. Need to keep that in mind. But anyway, so that's an example of failing the level. So I do have a tiny puzzle element, which will do for an early level. It's just you can't push it right to the end. You need a gap. And yeah, I think before I forget, I will make Santa's head a little bit shorter. Too much. It's just basically only his feet are collidable. So that makes it easier to do. In fact, why don't I make it just 1 pixel? And I might I'll make him wider, but not maybe 14 pixels wide. Yes, it's basically only his feet collidable, so that makes it easier to jump through these gaps. Still, a bit of timing, but it's not obscene. Oh, I hadn't even thought of that. Yeah, so we'll need to be... Oh, unless I make... Okay, I will need to make Santa's collision box just a little bit more, so you can't ride Rudolph underneath blocks like that. Though that could maybe be like, if I left that in there, that could maybe be like a puzzle element. But oh, hadn't even thought of. I mean, that's another way you can solve the puzzle, is using the sleigh. That's not the intended solution, so I think I might move the sleigh a bit to the right. Okay, so what happens if I? Yep. Okay, so you can't ride uh, can't ride Rudolph through the blocks. Let's get out of here. Um, okay, well, I got a level. Not a fantastic level, but it's a starting point. Oops, turn that off. That I will need to add the uh, Christmassy soccer band thing. So now you shouldn't be able to climb up from that side. You have to have that block in the exact right position to get out. Um, what I'm going to do next is I am going to rename this to level 02. As rescuing Rudolph is one mechanic, the other mechanic is because, being Santa, he has to deliver gifts. So um, I am going to completely wipe out the map. Oh, I guess I accidentally put those on background. That's all right. Just make sure that start up. I shouldn't have a background layer. I should, because I'm going to use uh, I am going to use parallax. So I shouldn't have the level having having a tiled background. It should be just the parallax background. So let's just grab that for. I'll just put that in as that, and let's make a map. So I was thinking this one was going to have since this one is just teaching, that we have to put um, that we have to put uh, presents down chimneys. We Oops. I'm gonna put critical like trees, and then I'm gonna have that as an animated block, my animated tiles. So if I then edit the tile set again, and let's actually almost seems like a waste that because that doesn't perfectly line by 16 by 16. Maybe I should just cut the top off. Animation. No, it doesn't matter too much. I'll just because it is only one additional tile. I may change my mind later and make it so that this tile animation is just the top half without that little tiny bit on top. Yep, save that. Yep, so we've got a animated Christmas tree. What does it look like with if I put the block in front of it? Kind of covers up the whole thing, and maybe I should use turn it into a smaller block when yeah, I might make it so it turns into a smaller uh, smaller present when you've put it at the tree, so that shows that it's activated and um, that bit of the level is complete. I'm gonna put Santa up here, and then I might make Rudolph fall off a few things to just to show that Rudolph will by himself walk towards the exit. Oops, connector. And I'll need to do something to stop Rudolph falling off that way. Actually, I'm going to add another. Should have broken that up a bit. There we go. So, and I haven't actually got the gift there. Now, there is a problem with this puzzle in that Santa is going to bounce off it and then just fall down. Into the fireplace. At least I think that's what's going to happen. I'll just check. And if that does happen, I'll need to think about what we can do to. I might just make it so that Santa, has to jump higher. Or can jump higher. Okay, so what if I? Oh, no, that worked as expected. Or that? Why did? Oh, I guess it's because Santa doesn't jump the entire height, but it does jump a little bit. So um, try that again. Yeah, it only has a tiny bounce. I think it needs to be more of a bounce. Um, okay, so I'm going to need some way of saying uh, this is a target block, which is to say this is a place where we need to drop a present into. So I'm just going to use this really simple target image. Um, block present target. And well, put that into the map. We need a way to say if it collides with that, then don't replace it. So if we've got our present down. Just gonna go if sorry, I'm just thinking about the best way to handle this. So I need to have a new code block, and I'm going to call this one something like did present try present hit target, and I'll go to, and I'll go present target. Just going to manually. Actually, can I? Have I got a? No. Okay, so I'll just use block X to new X16. Y over 16. Go to present hit target. So if we go back to here, I need to have a condition, which is uh, if block type equals the target, block present target, then should be else. Going to go, well, we want to destroy the actor, and then we want to change that block to we need the small present to show that we're at the that it has been delivered. Oh no, still need to make our blocks. So this will be and I'm going to go blocks block present delivered. I'm going to make it a solid block, and the reason for that is so that it doesn't get doesn't get replaced if I move something on top of it. But I've yeah, okay, that will do, I think. So change current block to block present type, block present delivered, and I'm going to need to do a count of how many presents there are in a level. And I don't want to have to like manually for every level say, well, there's X number in this level and Y number in that level, so I need to make I need to count it. Oof, that didn't work as expected. Why not? If I go, and that was supposed to be. Was that +1 or +2? Try +1. Yep. Oh. Okay, that didn't exactly work. Why not? So we've got present down, and then that goes move down X, Y for 16. Wait a minute. Why didn't it do? Because it's new act. It should be the new actor it destroys. So it should be actor, new actor, because it's the most recent actor that's relevant here. I am gonna put my fire death blocks in, and I'll put them on either side of the tree, and so that gives you a way to, without pressing the restart button, it gives you a way of restarting the level without um, it gives you a way of restarting the level without pushing the restart button if you fall down that gap. In fact, I'm going to change that from R key to escape because that's sort of more. That's a more obvious one. Right. Okay. So in our blocks, let's put that in there. and it's going to be animated. So we're going to make a whole bunch. We're going to make like 4 blocks, and they just animate one to another. So block fire 1. On player collide. I'm just going to restart level. Oops. Fire 2. Fire 3. Block fire 4. Block fire 1. So we've got a animation. Oh, I didn't actually add them to the level. So if I add to there, if I fall into there, restarts the level. I might use. I'm gonna make a death animation now. There's like a fire puff that I haven't used yet, distinct from the present. Oh, and of course I'm going to need to make it so that if present collides with the fire, then it also gets destroyed. But I'll come back to that when I've actually made a level that needs it. Then under misc, and I'm going to smoke puff. I need to import that. Animations, misc, smoke puff. I think there were pretty sure there were 5 columns. Yep. 5 columns, 1 row. Save that under misc. Make your animation. Anim smoke puff. I'll make it as an actor. So I'm gonna have an actor called Santa Smoke Dead. I'll probably have a separate one for Rudolph because Rudolph won't reset the level if he dies. Let's turn off a bunch of these directions. Oh, in fact, No, I should leave them all turned on because Santa could die in facing any direction, so it makes sense just to have them on, just in case. And then how long does that animation run for? Like 25 frames. Just make it 25, and then I'm gonna make a blank animation at the end, and then that's gonna be 0, so that will just run forever. And actually, why am I even making an actor? I don't need an actor. I can just use the animation. So I can just go. Make that 5 frames so that the animation actually just does end. We want prevent move, prevent collision. It's just completely inert. And then puff of smoke end. And I'll just go restart level for now. Oh, and I didn't attach the event at the end of the animation, so I need to do that. So, puff of smoke end. So if I die in the puff of smoke, something's still not quite right about the. Oh, why did I restart? Something's still not quite right about the Santa bouncing off the present. So I have got. I have turned off the jump height. Oh, I think I know why, because Santa's colliding with multiple blocks in that frame. So, how am I going to solve that? Yeah, it's because depending where I collide with it, if I'm colliding there, maybe I need to just position player y -1. So that will bring it up away from the blocks, but that might not guarantee that it's Oh. Okay, I'm going to cheat this a bit. Or not cheat, it's just a way of saying on the next frame, no matter what, where center is collided with, center should be going up. So I'm gonna have a center update handler, and I'm just gonna run that every frame, and I'm gonna add I'm just gonna call it variable called jump trigger. I'll just go conditional if jump trigger is not 0, then well, we want to turn off the jump trigger, and basically want to go as -1. Oh, in fact, no, I should go. I should use the direction instead. So direction, jump. And then if I go back to here, I delete all that. I'm just going to go set jump trigger to to true. So hopefully that will work this time. We will see. Yep, that didn't actually need to be that high. So I think I set it so high because since it wasn't triggering correctly, I'm just going to go set speed as -0.5, I think. Because I don't want it to jump so high that it does a chain reaction with destroying one block after another. Oh, that didn't seem to do anything. I did. Oh, because I think I know why. Because it thinks it's still on the platform, so let's set variable vector is on platform to false. Let's try that. So that should give a little bit of a jump, not super high, just enough to get it off the block if I bounce on the middle of it. No, still didn't do it. I wonder why not. Is that just not high enough? Set it to a ridiculously high amount. It could also be it just needs, be pushed up a pixel so it's not overlapping with the block anymore. Oh, okay. Well, let's just try -1. Maybe just 0.5 is just not really noticeable, just too low. Yep, that gives it a little bit of a hop. Still not quite sure that's right, but I won't waste any more time on it. I just wanted to make sure that no matter where I hit the block, it gives it a bit of a hop. Okay, so we've got we kind of have a gameplay loop, but we do need to. So I'm just going to tick that. Should ignore index 0 on tile so it doesn't use the color, the matching color in the tile for the background. Yeah, I need to have a next. I'm gonna call it try next level because if I haven't delivered all the presents, I don't actually want it to move on the next one. So I'm gonna go. Where's player center? No, not the center, level X handler. Then set up. Yep. So that one needs to be try next level. Or maybe I should yeah. No, I'll make it so the level restarts if you get to center and you haven't delivered all the presents. I just do want to check that it moves on before going any further. Yep. Okay. So it goes on to the next level. That's as expected. No moon. Do we not have? Oh, okay. Yeah. Because okay. So I want to change that to uh, go to restart level. So we're increasing the level number because we want to spawn the moon. We may want to do some other. Well, we definitely want to do some other things. We want to count how many blocks we haven't delivered yet, or presents we haven't delivered yet. It's, all right. So I'm going to make a variable present. Oops. No, I won't do it here. I'll do it under. Oh, I'll do it under startup. I should be putting most of my variables here. I'm going to put presents to deliver and restart level. I'm going to go base set variable presents to deliver, and then I need to loop through every single block in the level. So I'm going to go conditional set variable block x to 0, and then I'm going to go while block x is less than level width, or is it level tile width? Map width tiles. Go set variable block x plus 1. What? Ah, the block x needs to be block x plus 1. We want to do the same for y. So I'm going to block y is 0, and then one block y is less than map width height. We want to set block y to block y plus 1. But we also want to do a conditional which says if block type equals block present target, then we want to increase that by 1. Also going to do just quit. I just want to make sure that that it's actually detecting them before I go any further. Oh, what? Restart level. Oh, map height tiles. That map width height doesn't make sense. Yep. Okay. So we've detected at least one present in the level. That's good. Fudge. What we're going to do now? We need to. Well, in our try next level, we need to go conditional if presents to deliver. I'm going to put greater than 0. Then what do we want to do? We want to we want to go to the next. No, we're going to go restart. So if we've got more than one present, sorry, if we've got any presents we haven't delivered, then it needs to restart the level. Otherwise, it needs to go to the next level. And we actually need, well, we need to decrease that as well. So try get here, block present delivered. We need to go set variable deliver presents to deliver is presents to deliver minus 1. If we've got that working, we basically have a working what do we call it? A working prototype. So I'm going to try cheating. I'm going to leave that present. Okay, no, well, we didn't deliver the present, so Santa has to stay on the level. And we delivered the present. So yeah, it's working. Um, it's just gonna see what happens if I try to, because I haven't actually got a level after this, so I expect it's gonna crash. Yeah, how did I manage to? Okay, I will need to try to work that out. Some of the times when I jump across, it doesn't destroy it. It makes sense if I just fall off something, but if I jump like that, it should always destroy it. Must be just something I haven't considered. Okay, so what's going to happen? Okay, so alright, so crashes, that's sort of what I expected. I will need to add a end level. Before I end the stream, I'm going to turn off some of these debug things, so I can actually make a video showing the current state of the game. So we've got this absurdly easy first level. Okay, well, we have a working game framework. We don't really have any, that many interesting levels, and I might need to think of new mechanics of how do we make it, how do we make it more challenging, or what sort of levels we can make. I've got a few ideas. Just hopefully it's not going to be too tricky to try to work out a variety of level types or level layouts. I need to do a few things like you can't currently destroy the blocks in the fire. You can't destroy Rudolph in the fire. You can only destroy Santa in the fire. Oh, now that's it didn't do the puff. Oh, because we didn't do the puff. Okay, so that might be a good thing to do before we finish the stream for now. Um, what was that? So we've got the fire. Oh, okay. So we need I'm gonna call it Santa hit fire, and it's just is that smoke end and fire? I'm just gonna go actor set animation to anim smoke puff. And I'll need to change that on all of them. Center fire. I'll need to do something similar for Rudolph, and for like a present if it falls into the fire or if it's pushed into a fire. Oh, that didn't. Okay, so I'll have to go actor. Set type to none, so it doesn't bring Santa back. In fact, I'm going to make a problem with it still being the Santa type is like just playing the smoke animation. It means it's going to fall into the fire like still with gravity, which doesn't really make too much sense. Oh, I don't need to worry about it now. I'll just try it one more time, see what it looks like, and then I'll leave it there for now. Yep, so that works. Okay, well, thanks. Thanks so much for watching. Mixel, I think it might have just been you most of that time. Guessing it's what 4 a.m. over there, 5, 3. Anyway, oh, thank you for watching. Anyway, so I'm gonna send you over to Casinami, who's playing Magic Carpet right now. You know, famously going to be ported to CD32 apparently. And I am going to grab a snack and go for a walk, get some fresh air, and then a couple of hours later, I am going to start making some actual levels. Well, I mean, I've already made a couple of levels, but actually uh, making the game, and I'll add some better parallax as well. Um, and yeah, I will hopefully see you another stage. I guess you'll probably be sleeping during the next stream, but yeah. Oh, okay. I will catch you later.